Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's the Single Mom's Budget again, and we are back with another video on tips and tricks on how to budget, save, and invest. And today I'm going to go over my savings challenges. I know that's come up a few times in my comments on other videos. I'm just asking to go into detail about how I do my savings challenges and what that process may look like. So just really quickly, I'm just going to go over what tools that I like to use. I actually printed these out today since I'm still not that tech savvy. So I'm not really sure how to share my screen with you from my laptop. So I printed everything out so I can do it here and you guys can see everything that way. I promise you, when I get a little bit better at this, I'll be able to start sharing my screen and make it a lot easier for myself and for you guys. So really quickly, I'll just go over what my savings challenges are and we'll go from there. Okay, so for this one here, this is the 100 envelope savings challenge. With this one, you save a little over $5,000 in the year. And really what the plan is that in each box you've numbered from 1 through 100. And what I would do with this is that each week, which I have written down here, you would pull out 2 envelopes and fill in that corresponding amount. So for myself, just to make it easier on myself, what I ended up doing was, I have a great idea. Why don't I just take one really small one and one large one and then work my way through it that way? And what ended up happening week after week was that the total came to $101 a week. And so I ended up just keeping it that way. Like, you know what? I'll just do the 101 and just keep it moving. So what I know for some people, what they do is they'll take 100 envelopes, number them 1 through 100, and kind of mix them all up inside of their box, and then you just randomly pull out 2 envelopes. And I like the idea of kind of being surprised at how much you have to put in for that week. But because my budget is very tight every week, it just makes more sense for myself to actually budget into what I'm getting that week, how much I'll actually put in. So that way, if I have an idea of exactly how much I have to put in, then there's no, second guessing, am I going to have enough money to fill those envelopes or not? This way, I know for sure that I can, or in some instances where I know that I don't have the money that week to stuff those envelopes, then I can keep track of it as well. So what I was doing was, for week 1, I would just go in on my laptop and just, fill in each square. So starting off with that 100 and then the $1, and that would give me $101. And then I would just go down. Oops, sorry, my Sharpie is like really tight. I would just go to 99 and go to $2, and it came out to $101. And then just, one more time, I promise I won't do the entire page. What I would do is I would color in the next one, which was $98 and $3, which also came out to $101. Now, the reason that I have my sheets laminated here is that if you have them laminated and you're coloring them in with like a permanent marker or a Sharpie or whatever you're using, you can go, like if you want to use it again, you can just wipe it off and you can use it over again. I know some people are a little more tech savvy than I am, so they do have it on like their iPads or their computers and they do everything that way. But for some of you out there that maybe are focusing your money on other things right now, that you're not paying for those kind of items at the moment, this is really useful to use it this way. That way you're not using a lot of paper, and yeah, you can save you can sorry. You'll, you won't have to, fiddle around with this every single time that you go to do another challenge, have to print out a new one, start all over again. And I really said this is really useful for someone who maybe, if you really love doing this challenge and you want to go back and do it again, then you already have it laminated and you can start all over again. So yeah, so that one is my 100 envelope challenge. And of course, moving forward, I will have this all filled in as far as I am right now in my challenges. And so that way, when I'm doing my savings challenges during my cash stuffing days, I'll be using this as well. So that way you guys can keep track of it that way. One more thing with this is I will have the PDF version of this available in my Etsy shop if anyone is interested in purchasing one. It'll be there for you guys to use. Oh, and one more thing, because I know a few people kept telling me about this, is I actually made a denomination table that you can use for like when you're going to the bank and just kind of writing in the quantity that you need of each bill. So that was just a little bit easier to keep track of everything. So I did finally make this for myself. And I'll also have this as an actual free item with every purchase that is made on my store. And you'll get this along with that purchase as well. All right, so then moving on to the Disney trip savings challenge. Now this one I actually came across it on Pinterest. I saw another person had done a savings challenge to save for Disney. So now for this one here, I do have it from week 1 to 52. So the plan is to be able to save $5,000 within a year to take a trip to Disney. But for myself, because of, the pandemic right now, we're trying to hold off on doing any like major trips with the boys for at least another year. So what I've done for myself is I have this actually split up by a split in half. So what I essentially have been doing is for each week, I count them as 2. So I have here that first week is $20. And what I ended up doing is that I would just split it in half and do $10 one week, and then the following week do the other $10, and then that would give me the $20. So what this ends up doing for me is it gives me 2 years to actually save up the $5,000 to go to Disney. And of course, I have other saving challenges that are going on at the same time. So if for some reason this isn't enough money, I do have other savings challenges that can offset that to help pay into that trip as well. And then I have here my 5, 10, 20 savings challenge. I know, I feel like I have like so many different savings challenges going on at once, but the more money I save, the better. So why not? For this one, it's a little bit easier. It's just a 5, 10, 20 challenge, and it's a 52-week savings challenge. So each week you just go over to each one. So for week 1, I would just color in for $5. And then week 2, my goodness, these markers, they're brand new, so they're kind of hard to open. I would go in for $10. And then of course, week 3, color in for $20. So I would continue to do this all the way across until I hit my 52-week mark, which is this pink section right here. What I've also done is I've added additional boxes. So that way, for any reason you may have like extra money at the end of that week, if you want to put in an extra $5 or a $10 or maybe $20, you can add those in and get yourself a few extra dollars in your savings challenge. And then for this one, This one's a little bit easier to follow. It's also a 52-week savings challenge, but for this one, each week is numbered 1 through 52, and for that corresponding week, that's how much money you would put aside in that savings challenge. And of course, off the top of my head, I can't remember how much exactly this comes out to. I believe it's $600, and I would pull out my calculator right now and show you guys, but my calculator is missing at the moment. My boys thought it was a cell phone and decided to take it along with themselves, so I need to make sure I check through their toys and find that again. But for now, just take my word for it. It does come over to I think a little bit over 600, and then you have the additional boxes here that I've added. So if you want to do additional payments, you can. So yeah, so that's there for you if you want to do that as well. And this really quickly, of course, is not one of my savings challenges, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I'll be using this moving forward. And for my weekly cash stuffing worksheet, I'll be using this so that you guys will be able to see everything really clearly on what my expenses are, my sinking funds, all of that will be on here. And again, this will also be available on my Etsy shop if you guys are interested. That'll be there as well. So what I thought I would do with this time that I have with you guys is, when it comes to thinking about what savings challenges you want to do, really just think about how much, extra money you seem to have left over at the end of the week. What looks a little bit, a little feasible for you to do at the time. So if you're, working throughout the week, you've paid all your expenses, any added things that you've paid for, and you end up with, a couple of dollars or $5 or $10, maybe do a 5, 10, 20 challenge. Or if you're really trying to save for something big like a vacation, then you can do like a Disney challenge, or maybe you want to go to the Bahamas or Jamaica, which, my goodness, I wish I can go to a grown-up vacation right now. I can't wait to actually do that. But if those are things that you're interested in, then I think using the savings challenges really keeps you motivated. And I know for myself, it really keeps me excited about what progress I'm making with each of these savings challenges, that it keeps me motivated to keep doing it. And I think that's a really big part of having these savings challenges, is to stay motivated into saving your money. So really quickly, I'm just going to go over where I'm at so far in my savings challenges to kind of keep you guys, to let you guys know how far I've gotten so far. And I've been doing these since January 1st. But if you've seen my first video that I came out with, then you guys know that I was furloughed from my job for a while. And during that time, I had to apply for unemployment. Unemployment did not come until literally the weekend before I went back to my job. And during that time as well, I also filed my taxes. So all of my money kind of came all at once, like 2 months into the year. So I kind of had to backtrack through all of my savings challenges, through all of my sinking funds to kind of catch up on everything. So now these bad guys are set and ready to go. So we're going to just look at where I'm at. I did condense everything down and use larger bills, so they're not separated the way they were before, just to make it a little bit easier, and so that way my bins aren't combusting, I guess, at this point. So starting off with my 100 envelope challenge, let's see where I'm at so far. Just make sure I have everything out. Yes. Okay. So what I did with my savings challenges is, if I've hit the $1,000 note, I just put a $1,000 marker and put that money into the bank just to be on the safe side. So right now, for my 100 envelope challenge, I have 1,000, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So I have $1,500 saved so far from my 100 envelope challenge. I'll just put that there, which I'm actually really excited about that I've been able to get that far into that. And I'm hoping that I can start my side hustle with DoorDash, and that'll bring in some extra income. That way I can really start to fill these guys up. And of course, to pay off my debts. So for my savings challenge, this is the one that the number corresponding for each week is how much I would put in. So week 1, $1, week 2, $2, week 3, $3, and so on. So for this one, I have so far 100, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually, you know, I'm going to write it down on here, and that way we can add it all together at the end and see where I am. So I'll just put in for my sinking funds here. And of course, hello, my lefties. I have to have my paper slanted so that I can write this. We'll have our 100 envelope. And right now we have 1,500. I'll keep this open. And let me just quickly count that savings challenge one more time. 100, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 114 for savings challenge. I'm just writing it super big, but that's okay. And I've already forgot how much. My goodness. 14. Okay. Excuse me. So 114 for my savings challenges. And then for my 5, 10, 20, let me just pull that out. Just write down my 5, 10, 20. We have 100, 20, 40, 60, 75. So we have 175 in that one. And then for Disney, okay, just close that up. All right, so for Disney, pretty sure I have a pretty penny in this one too. We have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 520, 525. And that would put us at 525. I'm going to do quick math, and bear with me while I try to remember how to do this quickly. So let's see. 2, 7, that's 9, 10, 11. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 13. All right, so right now I have $2,314 saved in my challenges, and I've only started in January. Now, if I wasn't doing these savings challenges and I was doing what I normally do with my extra money and wasting it on something ridiculous, that's $2,300 that I would not have today if I didn't decide to do a savings challenge instead. And that's just something I really want to kind of put out there for you guys, is, you know, starting to do a, trying to, you know, save money and, you know, kind of put that process in that's going to help you in the long run. Can be intimidating, and sometimes you don't know where to start. Maybe starting with something really simple as doing a savings challenge. Maybe it's something that you put, you know, $1 away a week and see what happens. Just those small things is what kind of will help with motivating you to kind of keep going, or at least it did for myself. So I'm hoping it'll do the same for you guys. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching my videos. As always, I really, really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, you know, help that algorithm so this girl can make that extra income to pay off this debt. Please and thank you. And I will see you guys again on Friday on Saturday. I'll see you guys on Saturday when I do my cash stuffing video. All right, guys, see you then. Bye.